Jonathan Cropper, tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Now, Channel 11 News. Coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon, everyone. A judge has denied most of a former Pitt researcher's appeal in an infamous Pittsburgh case. Robert Ferranti is serving a life sentence for killing his wife with cyanide. He's claiming that he had ineffective counsel during his trial 5 years ago.
The judge, though, disagrees, but has given the defense a chance to amend the appeal. Channel 11's Mike Holden joins us live this afternoon. And Mike, this now centers around the jury.
Gordon and Peggy, spot on. I had the chance to review that 35-page judgment. It was lengthy. It was incredibly detailed. One thing is for sure, we know at this afternoon hour, Judge Manning has denied most of the appeal by Dr. Ferranti. So where do we stand? Here's what we know right now. This is a case that gripped headlines and made national news. A former University of Pittsburgh researcher found guilty of poisoning and killing his wife with cyanide back in 2013. The now 70-year-old is currently serving a life sentence behind bars. But in newly filed court dockets, Judge Jeffrey Manning denied most of Dr. Robert Ferranti's latest appeal, with the exception of one item. What still stands is the question of if Ferranti's lawyers made a mistake by not having his case, a very high-profile one at that, reviewed by an out-of-town jury. They withdrew the initial paperwork back in 2014. Judge Manning denied all of Ferranti's other concerns and stressed the evidence played a key role. We asked Channel 11 legal expert attorney Phil DeLucente about the case and the biggest sticking points moving forward. Listen in.
There's two issues. One was the change of veneer, meaning picking a jury outside of Allegheny County, and the other more narrow issue that Judge Manning, I believe, is going to have a hearing on is whether or not they were ineffective, meaning his counsel, with not challenging the scientific lab studies of, the toxins that were in the liver.
All right, the big question this afternoon, what is next for this case? Well, Ferranti's attorney has 45 days from now to file brand new paperwork. We're going to monitor the latest live developments for this story, dive deeper into the case. We'll have a new updated story for you coming up at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting live downtown, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Gunfire led to a police chase in a Pittsburgh neighborhood. That chase was called off because of bad weather, but police say they do know who was behind the wheel of the car they tailed on Polish Hill. Channel 11's Jennifer Tomazik has new information at noon on the driver.
It started here in Polish Hill when police say they got reports of shots fired on Ridgeway Street. They saw a man sitting in his car. They went over to him to try to see if he saw or heard anything, and that's when they say he took off with his lights off.
So the officer followed him onto Bigelow Boulevard early Tuesday morning and tried to pull him over. Police say he stopped for a minute, but then took off again. Police say they pursued the man, identified as William Douglas, a quarter mile when the road was empty, but they called it off because of the weather. But here's where it intensifies. Two other officers wrote in a criminal complaint that they spotted Douglas in his Toyota Prius without its headlights going fast towards the steel tower. They say he hit the median and lost a hubcap, but that didn't stop him. Police wrote that Douglas went through a total of 8 red lights, 3 of them on Ross Street. They say Douglas drove the wrong way for 4 blocks down 4th Avenue. When he got to Stanwyck Street, that's when police say Douglas ran 3 more of the red lights. 2 more were once he allegedly got across the river to West Carson Street. The officers say they ended the pursuit after he got near the Corliss Tunnel.
Police have a warrant out for William Douglas' arrest, but so far they have not arrested him yet. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Jennifer Tomazik, Channel 11 News.
Scattered showers have pushed through our area, so what's in store for the rest of the day?
Meteorologist Danielle Dozier shows us what to expect in Severe Weather Center 11. Danielle?
Beautiful weather out there.
Good.
The rain moved out. It's well off to our east, and now we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds. And this is a look at our storm tracker Doppler 11 radar over the last 6 hours to show you how that rain has progressed across the area. Now just seeing that rain out through State College, down to the south through Breezewood. But we did have some pockets of heavy rain as expected. And if you were joining us on Channel 11 News at noon yesterday, I was letting you know up to about 1/2 inch was possible. We had officially about 1/2 inch at the airport, as well as a couple of green areas here in Allegheny and Washington County that picked up on about 1/2 inch as well. Here's our visible satellite, shows where the clouds are. And if you've been outside, you see these puffy white cumulus looking clouds. You also probably see those altocumulus clouds. Those are the ones that are in the middle part of the atmosphere. Really pretty, and I just tweeted a picture if you want to check those out. And those clouds will continue to clear from west to east. Look at the temperature, 78 degrees. We'll get to near 80 this afternoon, and then this evening, if you have any plans to do a little grilling, fantastic weather. Drier air also moves in, so we're in for a pleasant night ahead. We're going to have another fall feel overnight and into your Thursday morning. It's going by fast, isn't it? We'll have a look at those temperatures that are going to be dipping down into the 50s coming up in my Severe Weather Team 11 forecast.
Tropical storm Dorian now expected to turn from a storm into a hurricane. It's expected to happen after it blows through Puerto Rico. Right now, forecasters have Dorian hitting Florida as a Category 2 storm early Labor Day. They say the storm made a last-minute shift. We'll have more on what's happening in Puerto Rico now ahead in the next 15 minutes.
Police in Homestead need your help finding a shooting suspect who led police on a chase. They were able to track down and arrest one of the suspects. He's the man on your screen, 18-year-old Jerome Felton. Police don't know the name of the second suspect. They say they were responding to a shots fired call last night when they saw a Nissan Rogue leaving the scene. The man they're looking for ran away. Police say the SUV was stolen. A crime alert for a Pittsburgh neighborhood. These 4 highlighted streets are where burglaries happened over a 3-day period last week in Squirrel Hill. On Bartlett Street, someone broke in through a side window but didn't take anything. Later that day, police were called to Penham Lane where a bike was stolen, and on Beechwood Boulevard, the crook went through a window and took documents and a wallet. Police have not said whether they think those crimes are connected.
Anger in Allegheny County Council chambers after a decision to create a Citizens Police Review Board hit a wall. People who fought for the county-wide board say they're going to continue to fight. The idea to form the oversight board to investigate police gained momentum after the shooting death of Antoine Rose last year. But there were some big concerns with the proposal put in front of County Council last night. The review board would have had oversight of all Allegheny County law enforcement, but any municipality could have opted out. Critics also said it would cost too much and questioned whether civilians had the expertise to oversee law enforcement. Last night's vote failed 9-6.
The district attorney has dropped charges against a North Hills teacher accused of sexually abusing a student. Nathan Buttonfield was a physical education and health teacher at Highcliff Elementary School. Buttonfield was accused of touching a 7-year-old girl during a game of tag in November. It's unclear why the charges were dropped, but Buttonfield's attorney says he's going to try to get his job back. The maker of OxyContin is in talks to settle more than 2,000 opioid lawsuits for up to $12 billion. That could include a lawsuit filed in May by Pennsylvania's Attorney General. Purdue Pharma is among several drug companies sued for fueling the opioid crisis. The suits claim Purdue aggressively marketed prescriptions while misleading doctors and patients about the risks. Purdue denies the allegations but says it's actively working with state attorneys general to reach a solution.
In the race for the White House, it is a day of drama for Democratic presidential candidates. Today is the deadline for presidential hopefuls to qualify for the next debate. And there's new polling making a key difference. NBC's Craig Boswell breaks it down.
As the youngest guy on the stage, I feel like...
So far, the Democratic presidential debates have been 2-night events because there were 20 candidates.
First of all, Mr. Vice President, you can't have it both ways.
10 candidates met the new polling qualifications for the next debate. And just this morning, 2 new polls, a USA Today Suffolk University poll and a Quinnipiac University poll, shows the lineup stays the same, and former Vice President Joe Biden with a wide lead at 32%. Other polls have shown the battle between the leading Democratic contenders is tightening.
We will start to make big structural change in January 2021.
A Monmouth University poll shows Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders tied, with Joe Biden 1% behind. A big change for the former vice president, down 13 points since June in the same poll. Last week, releasing this new ad.
We have to beat Donald Trump. And all the polls agree Joe Biden is the strongest Democrat to do the job.
While President Trump has been highly critical of Democrats, he is also fending off a new Republican primary challenger, former Illinois Congressman Joe Walsh.
This is madness that anybody is even thinking of keeping that child in the White House.
The president tweeting that he is at 94% among Republicans and referring to GOP challengers as the Three Stooges. Meanwhile, the Democrats wait to see who they will face on the next Democratic debate stage. Craig Boswell, NBC News, Washington.
A CDC director says there's a reasonable chance the U.S. will lose its measles elimination status in October because of ongoing outbreaks in New York. A measles outbreak in New York City started on September 30th of last year. 29 other states have had measles outbreaks in the past 12 months, but those were much more short-lived than the ones in New York, where the World Health Organization declared in 2000 that the United States had eliminated measles. It was hailed as one of the biggest public health achievements in the nation's history.
It is the first day of school for students in these 17 local school districts, and they include Carmichael's, Leechburg, New Brighton, and Shaler. But even before school starts, we're learning about problems with busing and scheduling in the Butler area school district. Classes start tomorrow, and many parents don't know where their child will catch the bus. School officials blame the issues on their computer software, and they are working to fix the problem. And the superintendent told Channel 11 the routes assigned by the computer don't make sense, but when they try to manually correct them, the changes won't save. For example, in one case, the software assigned the students all to one bus stop. In another, kids were assigned different bus stops in the morning and in the afternoon. The superintendent sent a letter to parents saying that they are working on the issue. They're going to keep parents informed on the school website, and we will be checking in today for any updates before the start of school tomorrow.
Talk about making a wrong turn. That's what happened to a big rig this morning. Take a look. This was at the intersection of Union Street and Terrace near Bower Hill Road in Bridgeville. The truck driver clearly miscalculated the turn, completely blocking the intersection and getting stuck there. We're checking to see if that's back open yet.
You all observe what's coming to them.
A man with disabilities attacked on a popular hiking trail. Why his family hopes this could help change state law.
And the reason a couple is suing Nemacolin Woodlands over pictures posted on the resort's websites.
And we've got a mix of sun and clouds right now, but more rain is on the way. I'm going to let you know when that arrives in the forecast coming up.
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI.
Two important causes, one amazing day. Don't miss the Weiner Foundation's 7th annual 3-2-1 bike ride to end melanoma and pancreatic cancer. Sunday, October 13th on the North Shore. Register now at 321ride.org.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Washington County. Horrific video of a hiking trail attack. Look at this, a man with disabilities beaten by strangers, and 4 people are now facing charges. New at noon, we've learned that the district attorney is actually considering ethnic intimidation charges. Channel 11's Melanie Marcelco spoke with the victim about his ordeal.
I did not watch the video. I can't watch the video.
It's a video that's disturbing and hard to watch. Even his own mother doesn't want to see it. A young man with physical and intellectual disabilities getting punched blow by blow.
It was hard to hear him cry out, and nobody did anything.
It happened on the Hoodlebug Trail in Homer City last week to Cody Overdorf. Cody has Williams syndrome. Police arrested 4 suspects. Corey Blystone, Dakota Patterson, Jordan Kinney, and Caitlin Lemley are all in jail.
I think everyone's so upset because children with special needs, people with special needs, they just want to be loved like everyone else. And Cody he is a very lovable young man.
Cody was banged up and bruised, but says he's doing better now, knowing that the people who hit him are off the streets.
I'm feeling better now. It's over. I don't have to worry about it no more.
We could actually go outside and not be scared. They're heartless. They're heartless people who all deserve what's coming to them.
As Cody continues to heal, his family, friends, and own community is standing behind him, organizing picnics and petitions to show him the good in the world.
There's actually a petition to make this a state law that it would be a hate crime automatically. And we want to protect all the other kids out there and not let this happen to anybody else. We just want to thank everybody for all their love and prayers.
Thank you.
Melanie Marcelco, Channel 11 News.
Those suspects were held on $50,000 bond. Indiana County District Attorney Patrick Doherty says that he felt the nature of the attack warranted the bond be set before a preliminary hearing.
It's been nearly a year since the sudden death of rapper Mac Miller. A mural tribute will be unveiled in East Liberty at 1 this afternoon. Kids who looked up to the singer helped paint it. It's going up next to a mural that Miller himself painted back in 2008. And next weekend, fans will gather on September 7th at Blue Slide Park at Squirrel Hill. It's a place Miller felt safe and at home and was the focus of one of his hit songs. Hundreds of people have said they plan to attend.
A local couple is suing Nemacolin. They claim the resort lied when it advertised itself as a top-rated luxury resort. According to the Trib, the couple paid a $30,000 deposit to have their wedding reception at the Fayette County Resort next month, and they did it based on pictures on the resort's website. But the lawsuit says they canceled after their visit did not line up to the images they saw. Back in June, Nemacolin issued a statement saying their website clearly conveys an accurate picture of the resort.
A local borough is turning to an app to keep their community safe. Oakmont hopes this new text message service helps residents and businesses in cases of emergency. They launched the service on Monday. More than 300 people have already signed up.
Tropical storm Dorian has made a last-minute shift in its path, threatening Puerto Rico. This is a look as the storm passed through the West Indies yesterday, leaving damage in Martinique, flooded homes, a lot of debris, and 4,000 homes without electricity. Now Puerto Rico is set to get a direct hit. Much of the island is still recovering, as you know, from the destructive Hurricane Maria, and that was nearly 2 years ago. NBC's Morgan Chesky reports from San Juan, where nervous people are bracing for this latest storm.
Puerto Ricans on edge as Tropical Storm Dorian barrels across the Caribbean, putting the still recovering island directly in its path. San Juan's mayor says the fear here is very real after Hurricane Maria.
Do you feel like your city's ready?
We are as ready as you can be. We're definitely much more than we were 2 years ago.
The Category 4 storm knocked out the island's power grid for months and damaged thousands of homes. This time, the city's stocking shelters with food, water, and extra ice to ensure medicines don't go bad if the power goes out yet again.
Would you call it a Maria PTSD?
Yes, it is a Maria PTSD.
Today, FEMA's blue tarps still cover nearly 30,000 homes island-wide.
No estoy preparada.
Sonia Arroyo is still rebuilding the home she lost to Maria. Now she's frightened she could lose it all again.
We're starting to see those telltale signs of Dorian's arrival, those bending palm trees here on the beach in San Juan. Meanwhile, President Trump has declared an emergency declaration for the island of Puerto Rico to hopefully expedite those emergency services when they need it. Back to you guys.
You're
your severe winter Team 11 forecast.
Good afternoon. A live look outside. We're finding a mix of sun and clouds. Temperature is at 78 degrees. Our heat index is 80, so the humidity is still hanging on just a bit. In fact, I wanted to show you our current dew point numbers in the 60s across the area. Again, anything over 60, it does feel humid, and then the higher the number, the more moisture, the more humid it'll feel to you. So 68 in Greensburg, that dew point, and so it feels a little more sticky in that area. 65 Washington, 62 in Pittsburgh. Despite that, we have noticed a drop in the dew point. Some drier air is working its way in behind the cold front that moved in this morning and brought the rain. We are down 2 degrees in Pittsburgh in the dew point here. 5 degrees in Beaver, so that means that drier air will continue to build in. Winds are a little bit breezy at times right now, 5 to 10 miles per hour, but we'll see them pick up throughout the day. We could have gusts up to about 20 miles per hour at times out of the west-northwest. Winds will begin to lighten up once we get past sunset, so we're looking at a light west wind tonight, and when we have a mostly clear sky and a light wind, that can allow those temperatures to cool rather quickly. Once the sun goes down, we are in for another fall feel overnight tonight with these low temperatures falling down to about 56 degrees here in Pittsburgh. Storm tracker at 2 o'clock this afternoon showing the dry conditions across the area. I've been looking at a couple of weather models trying to bring in an isolated shower here in the ridges this afternoon. I think a lot of locations, though, do stay dry for your outdoor plans, and we'll keep it dry overnight tonight as well. Here's a look at our biking forecast for tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. Again, tomorrow's going to be a fantastic day. You can see here temperatures are going to be going up to 62 at 9. So when you're out and about early in the morning, you actually may need a light jacket. 72 at 1 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock temperature right around 76 degrees. Tomorrow, even though temperatures are going up to the mid to upper 70s, we are still going to have a breeze tomorrow out of the west as high as about 15 miles per hour at times, so it may feel just a little bit cooler to you, but overall another refreshing day, very pleasant conditions. 77 degrees in Washington, 77 in Greensburg, 76 in Butler, and about 78 degrees in Morgantown. Here is a look, an early look here at our forecast for the Pitt game on Saturday. 7:30 is kickoff, and you can see that temperature rate around 73 degrees. By halftime, it's 67, and by the end of the game, 65. So very comfortable weather out there. Should be a great forecast and just a partly cloudy sky. An early look at your Labor Day weekend forecast as well. Of course, we've got the long holiday weekend, so temperatures are going to be ranging from the upper 70s to near 80, which is below average. Saturday's the dry day. Sunday and Monday, there will be a chance for a few showers and isolated thunderstorms, so something we'll be tracking. And a check of the 5-day forecast, bringing in a chance of rain on Friday, although right now that coverage will be limited. We have a weak cold front coming through the area, so a shower or an isolated thunderstorm possible, but otherwise it does look fairly quiet for the rest of the area. Really not a whole lot in terms of coverage there for Friday. Here's the weekend always in view, and the pick day is Saturday with dry conditions. Sunday tracking that chance for a few thunderstorms. We brought you a look at Tropical Storm Dorian. You will not believe the latest update I got just a few moments ago. I'll have that for you coming up in the next half hour.
Be sure to check out the WPXI streaming app. We will have constant updates on the forecast and on today's top stories, of course. You can find it now on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV by searching WPXI.
Target 11 investigated conditions at Pittsburgh fire halls years ago.
Well, now something new is being done.
It's going to be a struggle as we go from station to station.
The repairs closing one fire hall and why firefighters worry the same thing will happen to others.
And a local auto body shop up in flames. Channel 11 hearing from the owner about what sparked the blaze.
7-day forecast. Now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
A historic Philadelphia church up in flames. From the air, you can see the fire shooting through the steeple. There were definitely some scary moments. A worker was on that roof when the fire started.
Get him down! Save the church!
Within minutes, the first fire trucks arrived, but that fire spread quickly. No word yet on the cause.
It's just sad, man. And to be so close to that and to see that happen like that, unbelievable.
The bishop said the church had planned on celebrating its 61st anniversary this week.
An auto body shop destroyed by fire. A viewer sent us video showing the entire building up in flames. And here's the aftermath of that fire. This is Rain's Auto Body Shop in Unity Township. The owner told us this is the result of a welding accident.
We were just welding. We weld the frame and it just caught on fire, hidden in between the frame rail.
The owner says he plans to rebuild in the future.
A worker left bleeding and bruised after a confrontation at a local beer distributor.
Channel 11 talked with a witness about what set off a violent chain of events.
And the new tool invented here in Pittsburgh that could keep medical marijuana patients safe behind the wheel.
Channel 11 Morning News takes a different approach to preparing you for back to school. To help you through your busy morning, we bring you live weather and traffic updates every 10 minutes. You can count on our team for dependable coverage of breaking news and the important stories happening where you live. Kick off back to school with Channel 11 Morning News, and you'll see the difference. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 a.m. Have a great school year.
Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Tropical storm Dorian is strengthening in the Caribbean, and a new update came out, and it could be a major hurricane when it approaches the U.S.
Meteorologist Danielle Dozier has the latest for us in Severe Weather Center 11. Here we go.
Yeah, so just a few minutes ago, I told you guys we had an update that came down, and this is really going to be a strong storm. Let me show you where it's at right now. It's near St. Croix out in the Virgin Islands. You can see that on our tropical satellite and radar. Now I want to show you the track and where we are expecting to see Dorian go. So the winds right right now are at 70 miles per hour. It's actually strengthening. The pressure is down below 1,000 millibars. But here's the track. It kind of moves very close to Puerto Rico toward the northwest, and it's got all of this warm water now that it's shifted more to the north. It's got all of this warm water out here in the Atlantic to work with, and these hurricanes, they need this warm ocean water to help fuel them and strengthen them. So here's where the position is at 8 a.m. Friday, 85-mile-per-hour winds there, and then watch what happens. It takes a hard turn toward the left, and you can see by Labor Day weekend and really Labor Day itself, it's getting close to the east coast of Florida with winds of 115 miles per hour. Now, I also want to mention that we do have the cone of uncertainty. So you don't necessarily want to focus necessarily on the center line. You want to look at the entire cone because of all of our data that comes in shows it could make landfall anywhere from South Florida all the way up to the coast of Georgia, perhaps even South Carolina. So we're really going to be watching this cone and where Dorian goes, because if you have any plans this Labor Day weekend or even Labor Day itself here along the coast, you definitely want to stay tuned. And of course, we're going to keep you updated in the days ahead. We'll talk more about our local forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
A violent chain of events inside an Avalon beer distributor. 2 people are now facing charges. Channel 11's Gabriella DeLuca spoke with the uncle of one of the suspects about what sparked a fight and gunfire.
Inside this store in Avalon, AM Cinecrope Distributing, police say 2 adults and a juvenile attacked the store clerk by punching him and beating him with bottles. Christopher Harper and Jared Bonner were both charged. Channel 11 spoke with a witness, Robert Crosby, who happens to be one of the suspect's uncles.
I wish all parties would have done it differently. I wish I'd have been able to stop the entire situation from happening, but in hindsight, I couldn't. Everyone's emotions were too high.
According to Crosby, his niece walked down to the store to get a drink, and police say she asked to use the phone. The store clerk said no. Words were exchanged, and the clerk told police the woman began knocking down bottles in a display. That's when the clerk admitted to investigators she spit on him, and as she was leaving, he threw a stapler at her.
She had a knot on the back of her head. Her face on this side was swollen, and she couldn't move her neck. If they're being charged for the assault on him, he should be charged for the assault on her.
After hearing about what happened, the 3 suspects walked to the store, and according to police, they struck the clerk in the head with their fists and also used the bottles and cans in the store to beat him in the head with bottles in their fists. As the suspects left, the clerk fired 2 shots but didn't hit anyone.
I do believe that it got way out of hand and went a lot further than it should have. As men, all of us should have been able to talk it out before it came to blows and gunfire.
When police were there, they said that the clerk was bleeding profusely. We did try several times to reach out to him, but we were not able to get a hold of him. Breaking now, the Butler Area School District is delaying the start of school because of the problems with its bus schedules. School will now start Tuesday, September 3rd. It was set to start tomorrow. We told you at the top of the show that school officials blame some of these issues on computer software. We're working on this breaking news right now to get answers for parents and for students. Coming up on Channel 11 News at 5.
A mother faces charges after police say she stole $11,000 from 2 parent-teacher groups. Jennifer Morosky was the president of family teacher organizations at Evergreen Elementary and Mosside Middle School. According to court documents, Morosky took nearly $11,000 over the course of several years. School officials grew suspicious after noticing money was missing from fundraisers, including 2 book fairs.
I mean, I understand times are hard, times are hard, but it's still not right. She still shouldn't have done it. So as a mom, I would have never did it.
Morosky allegedly told investigators that both she and her husband used the school debit card by mistake, and she blamed the book fair loss partly on a new cash register.
The police department in Rankin is giving its officers body cameras. Chief Ryan Wooten says it's necessary to improve the force's relationship with its community. In an effort to be transparent, Wooten invited community members to a presentation about the new cameras. He says it's a tool that will hold both police and residents accountable.
This is common sense, you know what I mean, to me, to have these cameras on every officer, you know what I mean? Is it better for their trust from the community?
Starting this fall, all Rankin officers will have to turn the body cameras on when they get a call, even when they're assisting other Mon Valley police departments.
Mold and mildew in the kitchen, paint chipping from the walls. Target 11 first reported on the conditions inside this East Liberty Fire Hall 4 years ago. and now it's closing for repairs, sending firefighters to Stanton Heights, Squirrel Hill, and Lincoln-Leamington. Target 11's Rick Earl spoke with the head of the Firefighters Union, who says he wouldn't be surprised if more stations also closed for repairs.
Work crews completing repairs at the fire station in East Liberty discovered more serious structural problems.
There's some serious structural problems with the hose tower at the building. We need to do it. We need to do it now. And in order to do the work for everybody's safety, we had to move the firefighters out.
The city plans to temporarily close this station and relocate firefighters and engines to 3 nearby stations, the closest in Stanton Heights, 1.6 miles away.
Obviously, our first reaction was we were concerned that we're going to be able to adequately respond to the citizens in that area. So the city has made efforts to make sure that we have adequate coverage.
4 years ago, Target 11 exposed health and safety issues, including black mold, water leaks, and chipped paint at the same fire station and others around the city.
You're talking about a city that basically didn't put any real dollars into any of their facilities for the last 15, 20 years during the tough financial times. It was Band-Aids at best.
After years of neglect, the administration has now been working to upgrade fire, police, and EMS stations.
It did some interior cosmetics, addressed a few issues with leaks and things like that that we were happy with at that point. Now it's a more of a structural area that they need to address.
Yeah.
And the structural repairs at Fire Station 8 will take from 3 to 6 months to complete.
Forward Township Police are warning neighbors about a church break-in. They say someone got into the River Hill Church of Christ Monday night. They've not said if anything was taken, but they are asking people to keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
As more states legalize both medical and recreational marijuana, some are concerned they'll be driving under the influence. And that's why a team of Pitt researchers created a breathalyzer that can measure the amount of THC in your system. The team told the Trib that it took 3 years to develop a handheld model that could be used by police in the field. Right now, it's not yet available to buy, but they have a patent for that device. And here's why it's so important in Pennsylvania, where medical marijuana is legal. More than 100,000 people have medical marijuana cards. And while police can test your breath for alcohol, right now they would need a blood or a urine sample to test for marijuana.
A boy with autism nervous about his first school bus ride. Now he has a new friend helping him out. The story behind this snapshot that has people talking.
Andy Williams Show every weekday at 11, right here on Channel 11.
Well, the first day of school can be overwhelming for any child, but an 8-year-old with autism was having a really tough time on his first day of 2nd grade.
That is until a kind classmate stepped in. Reporter Morgan Mobley has more on their story and the 2 simple words to take away from it.
I seen him on the ground with Connor as Connor was crying in the corner, and he was consoling him, and he grabbed his hand and walked him to the front door, and we waited until the bell rang, and he walked inside the school, and the rest was history. They have an inseparable bond.
What Christian didn't know that day is that Connor is autistic. He was overwhelmed with everything going on around him.
I fear every day that someone's going to laugh at him because he doesn't speak correctly, or laugh at him because he doesn't sit still, or because he, jumps up and down and flaps his hands.
It was a moment in time caught, now capturing the hearts of strangers all over. But to the boys, it was simple.
He was kind to me.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I was in 4th day of school, and I started crying. Then he held me, and I was happy.
Christian didn't see Connor as different, a message their moms and many others are taking from this.
It doesn't matter, color, it doesn't matter gender, it doesn't matter disability, it doesn't matter anything. Just be kind, open your heart, and that's what we need in this world.
No words spoken, just a quick gesture turned this little boy's whole day around.
One act of kindness, can change someone's life and change the world. That's all it takes.
A life lesson learned from 2 8-year-old boys.
After finding me and hold my hand, and I will get happy tears.
They say it's really as simple as this.
Be nice.
Pretty great for 8-year-olds. Connor's mother says this was the one thing her son had asked for that she couldn't give him, a friend.
Oh, such a sweet story. And now those 2 boys are sharing an inseparable bond.
Could we be heading towards a recession? A lot of money experts think so. Our consumer advisor breaks down the steps you can take now to soften the blow to your wallet.
We had some rain move in, and now we have some sunshine popping out. I'm going to let you know how low those temperatures get tonight and what you can expect into your Thursday coming up next.
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Complete the most popular home improvement projects, including the kitchen sink, yourself. Watch Ron Hazelton's House Calls, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on WPXI. 7 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
American Airlines says it's sorry. The airline is calling customers affected by travel disruptions to apologize and offer compensation, mostly in the form of frequent flyer miles. American has been dealing with the grounded Boeing 737 MAX, a labor fight with its mechanics, and bad weather, which has caused long delays and forced it to cancel hundreds of flights. There has been talk lately about a recession in the near future. Our consumer advisor, Clark Howard, has the one big step that you can take to soften the blow to your wallet.
There's a lot of buzz right now in government and economist circles that the possibility of a recession keeps going up. It's been a long time since we've had a recession in the United States, 10 years, but that last one, that was really ugly. This won't be anything like the one 10 years ago. But what you do need to know is that even if we don't have a recession moving forward, the economy is ticking down. It's slowing down. Now, that's not at a good time for your and my wallet because we're carrying record levels of personal debt. The most important thing you can do while they talk about whether we're going to have a recession is get your own economic house in order. Step it up, paying down debt, and be careful borrowing money to buy things right now because the most important thing you can do is be in a position where you can ride out tougher times. I'm Clark Howard.
Good advice. You can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app by searching WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV.
Pitt will now offer bike sharing to a select group of students. The university is partnering with the Healthy Ride Bike Share program to offer unlimited 30-minute rides to all freshmen and RAs. It will be for the fall and spring semesters. Healthy Ride has stations all over Pittsburgh.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Back with a look at Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. The rain has cleared out for now. You can see all that rain right around State College and east of Breezewood. Meanwhile, we have a clearing sky. Some clouds are giving way to sunshine. We can't entirely rule out a stray shower, mainly in the ridges this afternoon, but I think a lot of locations do stay dry, including Pittsburgh. Here's visible satellite. We had those thick clouds overhead with about a ½ an inch of rain officially here earlier this morning, but look at the little white speckles starting to show up right through there. That is actually those cumulus clouds, and they will continue throughout the day today. So it's a mix of sun and clouds from here on out, and once we get closer to sunset, the sky will clear, and we're looking for a really crisp night ahead. In the meantime, we check out the temperatures that are already in the upper 70s here in Pittsburgh with 78 degrees. We'll get close to about 80 this afternoon, but a lot of locations east that have been hanging onto the cloud cover a little longer won't get there. So mid-70s for you in Greensburg and Indiana this afternoon. Here's a look at our 24-hour temperature change. We're actually running 9 degrees warmer in Pittsburgh than this time yesterday. Same thing in Butler and Beaver, 6 degrees warmer in Washington. And this is really despite the cold front that has pushed through the area. So we get a wind out of the west-northwest behind the cold front. So here's a look at the weather pattern for tonight into tomorrow. Cold front continues to push to the east, and this west-northwesterly wind will continue to move in, and that's going to be bringing in this dry air and dry weather for the day on Thursday. The reason we have this happening is because we've got this big blue H, it's the high pressure, and we get a clockwise wind flow around the high. So that means that wind is coming in from the west-northwest. So some drier air and some cooler weather in store for tonight. Take a look at our low temperatures. 54 in Greensburg tonight. Another night where we can open up the windows. This is below average. Average is near 60. So 53 in Washington, 56 in Pittsburgh tonight, 55 down in Uniontown. You may even need a light jacket when you head out the door tomorrow morning, but tomorrow afternoon is shaping up to be really nice weather. If you need to wash the car and you left it out in the driveway, you have some great weather to do that tomorrow afternoon. 76 degrees for the high with plenty of sunshine expected. Double sevens for Washington, Beaver, and Uniontown. Greensburg 77, Indiana 75 for you tomorrow. Then on Friday, we're tracking another cold front, but this one's going to be a weak cold front. So we have to throw in a slight chance for an isolated shower, maybe even a rumble of thunder, but no severe weather is expected on Friday, and the coverage is going to be pretty minimal as well. Humidity forecast, it's going to be really comfortable, I think, for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's another reason why we're not expecting heavy torrential rain on Friday, is because our dew points are going to be pretty low in the 50s to near 60 degrees. Typically, when you get those tropical heavy downpours, your dew points are up in the mid-upper 60s and even 70s. So that's another factor there for Friday. Here's a check of the 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Once we get beyond Friday, if you have any Labor Day weekend plans, 78 Saturday, 76 Sunday. The pick day is Saturday, as we're going to be bringing back a chance for some showers and thunderstorms on Sunday.
Sheetz is brewing a new beer. The ingredients that make this brew sound more like an MTO breakfast.
Forecast every morning on Channel 11 Morning News.
What do you think about this? Sheetz is rolling out a limited edition craft beer. They say it tastes like a blueberry muffin, and it will be sold at several local stores beginning tomorrow. Once Project Brewberry Muffins is sold out, it will not be restocked, so get it while you can. And we've got some good news for anyone who drinks red wine.
A new study shows an occasional glass might be good for you. British researchers studied nearly 3,000 people. They found those who drank red wine are less likely to be obese and have lower levels of the bad cholesterol. That's compared with those who drink white wine, beer, or other alcohol.
There you go.
That is all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5 o'clock.
You can get breaking news updates anytime on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Kick off back to school with Channel 11 Morning News. Have a great year.
This is Take 5, highlighting Western Pennsylvania's most innovative and successful businesses.
Hello.
Hello and welcome to Take 5. I'm Heather Rivera. Today I'm joined by Teresa Gaspard, Special Events Manager at the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. Teresa, many people know and love the zoo. Their families enjoy visiting and seeing the animals and also attending those special events. But you're here to chat about your conservation efforts. I understand that you are dedicated to the conservation of endangered and threatened species around our globe. What kind of conservation work is the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium involved with?
We're involved in every facet of conservation, from directed species and habitat efforts to sustainable practices in our everyday operations at the zoo. We currently have 93 conservation projects which we lead, participate in, or fund in 38 countries across all 7 continents and in all 5 oceans.
Wow.
We have a partnership with PPG to administer the PPG Conservation and Sustainability Fund, which this year supported 20 projects, from